Hey guys, this is Fei Wu from Feisworld Media, and in this video, I want to show you step by step of how people like myself, YouTubers on YouTube, go about uploading their videos from what's been edited to what you then see as a public video on YouTube. Let's get started. So once I come in, I need to go into videos under dashboard, and here you're able to see the videos that have gone public, the videos that have been scheduled, but also new ones down here that are shown as unlisted, because when I upload new videos, I mark the visibility as unlisted so that I can come back in, upload the thumbnail and change up the title and all that jazz. So here I'm going to use an example. It's called the temporary title I have is how to work with Amazon, not amazing, Amazon Video Direct. See, that gives me a chance to course correct if there are any errors and issues. And these are all internal language that we use while editing the video. Now, the first thing I'll do is to find a compelling title. So bear with me. This video is about me working in real time as opposed to finding, every scenario. I like to do a lot of these videos that are not pre-scripted so you can see the way I work behind the scenes. So I use something called TubeBuddy, which I'm going to create and include a link below. I've done a lot of videos, several videos actually on TubeBuddy, and I'm planning on creating more to show you why I like this tool and why it's helping me strategically not only plan, research, but actually launch the video. So here, this is called the Keyword Explorer, and I'm going to see, for example, I can just simply copy and paste this title I have called How to Work with Amazon Video Direct or How to Work with Amazon Prime. Let me go ahead and type that. And here I have something called weighted versus unweighted. Weighted is what's specific to my channel, and unweighted is the keyword as the competition overall within YouTube. So I actually personally like the unweighted version better because it gives me a more holistic view of how this video might perform and not just limited to my own channel. So it looks like it's fair, and I'm thinking about how to improve the score. There are different things that you could do to improve the score, including be more specific about the title. By the way, once you come in, there are actually a lot of tips on how to bring up your score, and you're gonna get to know this fairly quickly after a few tries. So what you want to do is use similar keywords that will help people search. For example, I can, instead of just calling Amazon Video Direct, I can also add in something like Amazon Prime. And that might increase my score. That might not. We'll see. So you see, it just went from fair to good because I'm using multiple keywords. And what I also want to do is how, for example, I sometimes change how to work or how I work with Amazon. And that the word I may or may not be helpful because you need to think in terms of what other people are typing in to that YouTube search bar to find the content that they like and they're searching for. And guess what? Instead of wasting your time, what I just did in the past couple of minutes is to find different combinations of keywords. And I'm really surprised by that. There is something, again, excellent for the YouTube community, and that is how to work with Amazon Video Direct and Amazon Prime to share your film. To be honest, prior to this, I also did things such as how to use these channels to make money from your film, because the moment that you mention money and income, sometimes YouTube will increase your ranking. But in this case, it didn't actually. It was still good. So I'm going to go ahead and use this title. And what you want to do is also be truthful, because you certainly don't want to use a title that has nothing to do with your film, and you will be penalized for that. So I come in and I say I come to this video and just want to make sure, yeah, this is the right video. How to work with Amazon Video Direct and Amazon Prime to share your film. As you can see, there's a character count, so you don't want to go over that. But here, what I can do is I want to do Amazon Video Direct. Let's see if I have enough. Oh, you see, I just went over that. So I'm going to just use one hashtag called Amazon Video Direct. Under more option, the reason why I just clicked right over is I tend to forget that this tab exists. And you want to make sure the category is more or less true to what you're publishing. I've made mistakes here before. It was accidentally defaulted to film or travel. That's nothing to do with this. In this way, this is definitely a how-to screen tutorial video. Video location is really important, and this is something you can only set here under more options. So coming back to basic, what I like to do is in the description, I want to include what people are actually learning and getting out of this video. So let me go ahead and type that and I'll show you in 1 second. All right, I just took a few minutes to write a description for what I want to say for this video. I think it's important to give people a teaser of what you're sharing, what they might get out of this. And especially if you mention tips, tricks, and links, you want to include that so people don't have to take notes while watching your video. In this video, for example, I'll show you step by step from start to finish on how I navigate Amazon Video Direct for my documentary called Feisworld and how I was successfully able to publish my film through the Amazon Video Direct channels. So I'll spare you on all the details here, but as you can see, the strategy I'm choosing here is to give people the most transparent information on what they're getting, because I am quite into step-by-step tutorials, and I want to give people full transparency on what I'm doing and what I struggled with, what I liked about the platform. And also, for example, something specific to this Amazon Video Direct service is that you can actually send an email directly to people who are managing these films. And they were very responsive. That's what I like about it. So you want to mention these things that would differentiate your video from others similar to yours on YouTube. Now that you're done with the description, your work certainly isn't done. I'm going to go through this order right here, and before I design the thumbnail, I'm going to take a quick look at tags. Tags are extremely important because that's what people will use, including YouTube's algorithm, to help other people discover your work. Now I'm going to go back to this Keyword Explorer through TubeBuddy and really be able to take advantage of some of these most used tags and keywords already found here. And what they would show you is not only the keywords, but also the search volume and ranking of these here. You don't have to choose exactly or, use the keywords exactly as they're presented to you. And you certainly don't have to select them all. You want to review them and make sure you understand how they relate to your video. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. For example, how to upload videos to Amazon Video Direct is great. And how I get paid from Amazon videos is great because, as I mentioned before, this title didn't really perform as well as part of the title, but I can certainly include that as part of the tags. Now, even though, as you notice, even though these keywords or tags are longer now, and the relevance and scores the search volume may get a little bit less, but it's actually really good because you want to be specific about what you're sharing. Okay, great. And you'll notice there are many different ways of people saying Amazon Video Direct. There are many different ways of people describing what they're trying to do. So I think that's pretty good. And once I do that, I'm going to click on this blue option here. For me, it's called copy to clipboard. And there's also an option, as you can see just now, that you can actually save the keywords you selected as a list. For me, I typically don't do that because right now there's such a big variety of the videos I am recording and producing. Once I copy that, I'll come back to the screen previously and I simply click on copy and paste. As you can see, I actually went over the number of characters allowed for keywords. So now I'm going to go back in and actually edit things that I feel like are less relevant or too broad. So filmmaker to me, I think is a little too broad, or anything that's not as relevant. Upload to Amazon, I find that to be a little too broad as well. How much can you make? Yeah, so this is actually a topic I did discuss. And one thing that you want to do is we talk about optimization and enhancement. A lot of people upload these YouTube videos and they never come back. What you want to do is come back to these videos every once in a while and then notice the scoring of these tags. So I'm going to show you one example, which is related to best health insurance. So this is a really good example. This is an older video that I've uploaded and gained a lot of organic views. And what I want to show you here is, let me refresh. Sometimes the page isn't loaded as what I want them to be. So as you can see now, it took a second for TubeBuddy to kind of pull in these stats. And what these green buttons mean is how these how my video is ranking for these keywords. And as you can see so far, it's pretty amazing. Health insurance for freelancers, I'm currently ranking in the 2nd place. Okay, so basically what it's trying to say is how this video is doing best and cheapest health insurance and ranking. So where this video ranks, so basically down here, there's also an explanation where this video ranks in YouTube search results for you. So I'm going to click on the for you part. Now you can see how it is better explained. As you can see, the search ranking method currently is called My Browser Results. If you want to search rankings to match what you personally see and what you search on YouTube, choose incognito results if you want more generic results that more accurately represent what users on YouTube will see. So I'm going to change into that. And let's see, do I need to click on save changes? Down here. All right, great. Now, if I come back to this, these rankings going to be a lot different. So hopefully it will be reflected right away. It definitely will lower the ranking what you guys saw previously. So, all right, now it's incognito mode. Looks like the ranking are still more or less the same, which is really quite impressive. Anyway, I'm going to come back to what I was doing previously and make sure one thing, guys, is when you work in YouTube Studio, the same thing as if you're working in a Word document, a PowerPoint, make sure you keep hitting save. And what you don't want to do is up here writing your descriptions and down here, diligently thinking through researching your tags, and the last thing you realize that you forgot to hit save, and none of this is then saved on your page. You have to redo it all over again. Now let's take a look at the juicy part, which is to design your thumbnail. If you have worked in YouTube even for a few months, you probably realize, and you've been told dozens of times, how important these thumbnails are and why it's important for them to stand out. I'll use some of the examples on the existing YouTube channel. Let's take a look at even just the landing page before I hover over, you can see that a lot of these thumbnails are not really just a screenshot or what's been done by default from YouTube. I can also show you Think Media as a very popular channel. I want to show you guys kind of their landing page where you get to see, for example, if I click on videos, you see like a landing page of all these gorgeous thumbnails, very well thought through, super focused on the content itself. So even though I'm not saying that everybody has the time or the ability to do that, but I am going to show you very simple ways to do that using Canva. So these are the thumbnails that I've done in the past, and within Canva, which I'm going to list a link below for you to check it out. There's a free version. We are currently on a paid version because it gives me additional assets and thumbnails that are really helpful, and Canva Pro is quite affordable. Also, these templates you can save, you can come back and edit more. So here's what I do. I'm going to show you guys step by step. Is nothing super fancy. I'm going to go back to my video. So let me close some of these tabs. For example, I will tend to everything's saved. I'm going to click on this video. And I'm going to find a shot that I like and I think is going to be energetic and, I look somewhat decent in the shot, and make it just use this as a thumbnail. So one thing to note is, especially if you're an influencer or if you're a blogger, you're a podcaster or YouTuber, people really would like to see you because after all, they're following your channel and they want to see more of you and recognizing you. Unless you're doing a product demo, they can see you holding that product will be another really strategic decision. So once I do that, I'm working the Mac. So for me to take a screenshot, all I have to do is Command-Shift-4 so I can just crop that region and save this. So I tend to not to create or include the player down here. I just include what's up here. So sometimes you can see that it takes a little while to get to what I want to select. So there's one frame that I'm really fond of. I'm going to try to find it. Okay. All right. That's close enough. And you can even see that I'm holding this remote, which I used to turn on and off recording on my camera. Again, these images don't have to be super sharp or super professional because I know if you guys are watching this video and then you are independent creators, you will not have a camera person following you all day long. But it will be really nice, right? As you are creating and uploading these videos, you're going to find out so quickly the type of assets you need, how to create them most efficiently. And what I'm working on now after being on YouTube and publishing consistently, over 5 to 6 months is I realized how important it is to have these shots. Things like you're pointing at the screen or you're pointing, sideways onto a product. You're going to know the shots that are going to help you and the shots that you wish you had. Also, when it comes to videos, you might want to consider some B-roll, such as you're putting on your shoes, walking outside of your house, looking at your computer, typing, whatever it may be. So those are the shots I have. I'm going to come back into my Canva. Now what I do is I just copy the previous page and I'm going to go to upload. And by the way, I will be creating more tutorials for Canva if you find them helpful. But this is going to be a very quick thing. And Canva really is designed for non-designers. So hopefully you guys will be able to navigate it fairly easily. But if you have any questions, I would love to hear them. So let me go ahead and grab this image and I simply will just drop it right here. And what I also want to do is, as you can see, I mimicked part of what you guys saw from Think Media and over here where they have really chunky text and see how clear, how minimum the background is, so the text really will pop. What you want to avoid is a very busy background because none of the text is going to come out. So even for something quite clean as this one right here with the sunset and Joe Rogan, what you want to do is if there's multiple colors or a very busy background, you want to put, as you can see, a black background on top of the text, exactly like what I did here. And this is quite easy to do because the black box is just a box that you move around and you realign. And the text color, by the way, also matters because you don't want to do a super fancy or super fluorescent text color. You want to do something really simple and pop, such as a light yellow or white on black or a black on white, that sort of thing will make a huge difference. Keep in mind that when people look at the thumbnails, sometimes they're quite small, as you can see, and this is my desktop. On mobile will be even smaller. So here I want to give it just a few words, guys. You don't want to bombard your viewers with so many words. Even if the title is really specific, you want to be very concise about what you're sharing and what will pique their interest right away. So my title, how to work with Amazon Video Direct and Amazon Prime to share your film. Here, a lot of people say, how to make money from your film or how to publish your film on Amazon Prime. Let me grab that. And on one hand, I can do something like this, make it a little bit smaller, publish your film. All of a sudden, it's more relevant. These are kind of, some marketing lessons here as well. So publish your film. And then what I can do is I can make this as big as possible. And then I can grab this whole section, just move it up a little bit. So now I'm going to just download the first image. It's quite exciting. I don't know, something about working in Canva towards the end is just very, very exciting. So you come back to Creator Studio and you're going to upload this thumbnail you just designed. Look at that, publish your film. Now, I like to schedule my video to publish, so not all my videos go out live all on one day. So what you want to do is create a content calendar, or if you're creating, for example, 3 videos a week, you want to kind of spread that out a little bit, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or some other days of the week. I just find that to be most helpful and give your viewer an idea of what to expect and when to expect them. So I'm going to do public visibility, public, but here schedule. I have something already on, on Thursday. So I'm going to do something on Saturday, and Saturday people get up a little bit later, but you just never know. Sometimes I will do 9 a.m. and click done. And this is part of my documentary playlist. So I will say, where's my documentary tips? Right here, and click on done. Now, if you're like me, you create videos in many different categories and you're not sure if maybe just one video that you're launching into, for a particular category. If I were you, I wouldn't even bother to create a playlist because you don't want 1 or 2 videos in a playlist. So I tend to kind of see myself create a few dozen videos and then determine what's worth creating a playlist for. And then what you want to do is, yet these end screens and cards are important. People's attention span tends to shorten or tend to completely come to a full stop within the first couple of minutes of your video. So if you mention something else, you want people to engage with that, you can certainly add an end screen or definitely create a card here. So video you know what? I want to explore, kind of expose the link a little bit earlier on. And then royalty information is another one they just changed recently. So I definitely want to royalty information and payments for 2020. I want to do that. And I think that's pretty safe. I tend to also watch my video again after it's been edited, and I do something such as I tend to use, I'll show you guys. There's a video I did earlier, and not only I write a script sometimes, very light, high-level script, but I also tend to create show notes. If the video is longer, especially if it's around 20-minute long, I tend to create show notes so people can navigate and jump around if I find different sections of the videos can be helpful. But in this case, actually, in the case of Amazon Prime Video publishing, it's kind of important to kind of watch in sequence, kind of in that order, because it's all really important. All right, that's it. All the changes have been saved. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and this is kind of how I work. And I've always been sort of curious to understand, to see how other YouTubers are doing this. And even for me to explain the step-by-step process, you'll notice that once you are done editing your video, you're really not done, guys. This is hard work for you to publish a video, but it's worth it, especially if it's done right. And I don't know if I'm getting everything done right, but I'm going to follow and believe in the process and keep publishing useful information that really helped me out and hopefully will help other creators and filmmakers out as well. And I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And thank you so much for being part of the tribe.